Hello folks, welcome to another daily Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Today we will not have an initial comment. Not because I'm not in mood to do it, just because nothing have changed since yesterday. I mean, we still have a lot of topics and many of them we already talked about that. Of course, it's a progress and we are getting some developments like UBS, Credit Suisse. You remember what I said a month ago. I said it's not over. That's just a foretaste. And of course, after Saudis spent a lot of money, including the Swiss government, now it's showing more and more sharply and clear that Credit Suisse is, it's the ship. That was my description when I talked the first time about that, and I said they can try to save it, but they can't save it. And that's what's happening. Every ship that sinks goes up before it goes down and disappears from the surface. And exactly the same is going to happen, not only with the Credit Suisse. And it hurts to tell you that, because I'm living from the banking sector. It really hurts, but it is what it is. I mean, on the other side, I'm reading some special from some experts out there saying, hey, that's extremely bullish for Bitcoin. And they are making expectations until 2024, end of 2024, they are expecting a price of 100K or even 1 million per Bitcoin. Ignoring any kind of regulation, ignoring that governments will say, yes, of course, we let you buy Bitcoin and shift all your cap to a asset we can't control. Of course we will do it. That's exactly what we are looking for. I have said so many times, yes, crypto is our future, our common future, and we can be proud of it. But it will take a little bit of time. And that's why I'm not buying the dip, because I'm still absolutely convinced that the big and hard dip is still to come. And that's where we need to buy and accumulate before we will see something really huge. That's when mass adoption will happen. But it's not the time. It's absolutely not the time. However, many people are in disbelief. Many people saying just, that's another crisis. Also here, no, it is not. You know, usually when you're getting ill very often, so very frequently, doesn't mean it's over. It means something in your body and your whole system has a problem. And when people are saying, well, crisis, we had crisis 2008, 1998, and so on and so forth. Yeah, you are right. But that doesn't mean that every single crisis was an isolated problem. That's like I have said, it's just, if you're getting ill 5 times in a year, then obviously you have a problem with your body. You should go to the doctor. Maybe you need to reinforce your body system at a way, or whatever it will be required for that. And the same is happening here, only because we had many crises and we survived them with cheap money. So it wasn't surviving it. It was just delaying the consequences to what we will see in the future, in the short-term future. However, it is what it is. So I'm not going to make an initial comment, not now. I need to collect some stuff, some information, and so on and so forth. So we are going straight to talk about the market. And even since yesterday, nothing happened. You can see what they are doing right now, just liquidating shorts, for example, and then let the price go down. It looks right now like what I have said yesterday, still on the table 25k would make sense, but also to retest 28, almost 29 and go more up to 30,500 to go down once again. It's also possible because, you know, Tether minted once again money. We can see that here once again today, another a little bit more than 100 millions, and even the trend is positive, indicating they are just creating more liquidity for the market right now. So my expectations is still that even if we go down, it's just to buy at 25k to go up afterwards. It seems that's the plan. However, let us check what the on-chain data is indicating us. If we take a look to the weights ratio, to the weights ratio, we can see, for example, here that the weights ratio is here lifting up, indicating sell pressure should come or should maintain, because that's what we are seeing, right? Even if it's not big, I mean, check the volume. It's peanuts. But yeah, that's also a nice indicator of the market conditions. The market conditions, it is what it is. We need more retail. Retail will come, and I think some of them are coming, while, and that's the problem, I think we have a fluctuation. Means some retail, fresh retail, saying, well, 30k Bitcoin or 27, it's a good price, I go in, but many, I think many with a lot of crypto market experience are not, maybe sitting on their hands or even living. I really don't know. I just know that the market activity is still declining related to wallet activities and centralized exchanges. I don't think that retail is using OTC now or just only DeFi. I can't imagine that. However, if we go forward, I have said yesterday, because of the weights ratio 1 hour time frame, that's usually a very solid indicator that we will go up. We can see also here we receive fresh money, and at the same time the weights ratio is lifting up a little bit, so it's not over in the short term. It is even possible to go still more down, hitting 25k before we can go more up. 445 bitcoins net flow, so indicating we receive 445 bitcoins more than we had outflows just in the last hour. So also nothing big, to be honest. You can see how tiny all these net flow moves are at the moment. That, well, matches very well to the market activity as well. So nothing big to see here. Even the weights ratio 30 hours moving average hitting 85, but everything below of 90% is not really serious a problem for the market. So let us go forward. So I don't know why I need to do it over and over again every single day, but it is what it is. If we take a look here, the maximum was yesterday night with almost 1,800 bitcoins, while at the same time 1,600 bitcoins outflow. So the question is, I mean, that's only spot. It seems that we are still waiting there. Soon bitcoins arrive. Someone, I mean, we are talking about 1,800 bitcoins. That's not a retail, but someone else is jumping in and buying it. I guess I know who it is. We receive one more wallet with more than 100k bitcoins in it. So we had over 2-3 years only 4 wallets there. Now we have 5 wallets, and 4 of them is just Binance. Cold wallets. Binance is buying it. It seems they are going all in. Maybe, I don't know the logic and the sense behind of it, why they are doing it, to go all in with Bitcoin. But it seems that's what CZ and Binance is doing. or someone sent those, because we can check that. I mean, where do I have the wallet? It's that here. You can see, but it smells a lot like Binance trades, to be honest. Today we received 15,000 bitcoins. 22nd 10,000, 20th 10,000, 12th of April. So everything April, 17,000. Then we received mid of March 40,000 here. So you can see, I mean, if this wallet, for example, that was at least the maximum, was 87,000 bitcoins. Now it has 103,000 bitcoins, and of course that means that this one is now part of the top 5 wallets in the distribution Bitcoin rich list. You can see we had 4, now we have 5 wallets there, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I think that's Gemini. I'm not sure. Sorry, it isn't 4 wallets. It's 3 wallets, only Binance. This is the main one with 250k bitcoins in it, 127k in it, and now another 104k bitcoins in it. Then we have Bitfinex with 178,000 bitcoins, and this one, the CEO of CQ, so CryptoQuant, once said this wallet is connected to Gemini. I don't know if that's right or not. That's what he said once. And they own 190,000 bitcoins, or they have 119,000 bitcoins in it. So yeah, it's really interesting what they are doing, but it's not really useful. We just see that Binance is getting more bitcoins. We know what they did with their recovery fund, almost 1 billion. I think that's part of it, but also could mean that that's not the top, because usually, I don't know if it's a long-term purchase or if they just want to push up more and sell on upper price. I mean, they can do it, but they need to be absolutely sure they will find the demand that is ready to buy at upper price. And that's something I doubt. But who is Inspo? So we will see. As mentioned just today, another 700 bitcoins here and another 600 bitcoins here. So nothing big. Matches very well to the outflows. Outflows always just reacting as soon as someone is sending big Bitcoin amounts to centralized exchanges, someone else is taking them off. If we take a look to centralized exchanges and spot and stablecoins, we can see since yesterday almost outflows, big outflows, like here, for example. So funding rate, we have talked about yesterday. Up, down, up, down, up, and now down. If we take a look to the open interest, the open interest was a little bit in shock conditions. Now it seems it's recovering, but taking a lot of time, to be honest. If we take a look to the leverage ratio, looks a little bit different, recovered very well. So, we went even more down. And the leverage ratio now, as you see, we don't see maybe in trend, but you know, it's making much more progress than the open interest, indicating they are using now much more leverage than just before, and that could explain why the future volume is now increasing related or compared to the spot volume again, because they are using just more leverage. And of course, with leverage you are artificially generating more volume. I hate that. every day this just zero. Okay. If we take a look here, we can see that we received a little bit more stable coins today related to the net flow chart here to derivative exchanges. And if we take a look, for example, to Bitcoins, we can see that we received also more Bitcoins to derivative exchanges as well, while the funding rate pushed up and it's declining. At the moment, it looks like a little bit that, in my opinion, it looks like a little bit they are accumulating here, buying. If we take, we have all this information, Tether printed more money and so on and so forth. It looks like a little bit, but of course, it's I wouldn't make a bet that that's over and from here only up. Maybe still $2,000 to the downside first. It would be possible. If we take a look to the aggregated chart to futures, we can see here, for example, the funding rate is lifting up. We can see here that, for example, the open interest started to decline here just before they started to sell. Same happened to the leverage ratio. Also, always indicating they use open interest but also leverage ratio to push up more the price. That's a futures rally. That's you can't just ride the price with futures, but it's mainly a futures rally. What's happening? And that's not the first day. That's happening since we have started here at 17K. And that smells a lot like exit liquidity. But it's my opinion. I have told you so many times, and I know I'm receiving so many stupid comments that I'm just ignoring. Because, people just think, I'm totally wrong and we will go up and that's the new initiation of a bull run and that was just a little dip of 15K. Well, we will see. However, if we take a look here, we can see that Bitcoin long liquidations yesterday was 800 Bitcoins while 700 Bitcoins in shorts. So not bad for centralized exchanges. If we take a look here, blockchain whispers, we see that nothing have changed. Also here, I love. They placed a lot of cookies in your hard disk, but they can't just remember what settings you had just before. So yeah, longs coming on hard. Since yesterday almost nothing have changed. Shorts, 63 to 37. Interesting here. Also here nothing have changed. I would say on Bitfinex a little bit more shorts, but maybe just a tiny amount more. And Binance Ethereum looks similar to Bitcoin. And well, what should I say here? Right, it's Bitfinex. So if we go and check the Kingfisher, let me see, all leverage and show me. Yes, we have here 180 millions. That's the maximum on the long side. Low leverage, liquidation level will be 21K. We still have more on the short side. It seems high leverage. We will check, and so usually means we should go up. Yeah. So 3.5 million liquidation cluster is the biggest. It's not big at all, but that should motivate some people to push up the price, hitting 28K to liquidate all of them. I would expect something, like just in the past, as mentioned. I don't know if we will go down to 25K, because 25K, I've mentioned 25K, I don't know how many times since a while, because they started to shift liquidity to 25K on many different exchanges. So obviously I would expect to go down 25K, bounce there and push up very hard after or before we start to push up very hard, to buy the dip, maybe bring even on the table a bear trap or something. But at the moment we are maintaining that level of 27k, so we will see if that's going to happen. I can imagine that that will happen before. So yeah, we are done here. Let us go forward. So if we take a look here, we can see that here that's Binance. Binance has started to sell instead. So to sell more than purchase. So almost here we are talking about 80 millions. Same happening to the aggregated chart here with BTC USDT. Declined a lot. Only BUSD, it declined a little bit, but still very high, like the USD pairs, for example. You can see that the recent move was mainly driven with Bitcoin collateral instead of stablecoin, and of course supported by stablecoin spot purchases. Binance BUSD, it's crazy. Aggregated almost every single pair reflected here, and once again you can see that mainly the whole trade here was mainly pushed by Bitcoin collateral futures. Bitfinex started to lift up a little bit, but nothing big, to be honest. They didn't even follow this one, but it looks like, you know, if you start to buy here more than to sell, and then afterwards you push up, usually I can imagine they are the architects here. But however, Bybit also started to push up here. Coinbase at the same time just started to decline, and Bitstamp just pushing up. Kraken, you can see what Kraken almost doing the same like Bitstamp and no, not Bitstamp. Yeah, it was Bitstamp. Bybit, sorry. Bybit and Bitfinex. And I guess Gemini as well. No, not at all. Gemini is not really following here. Also very interesting. If we go forward, we can see now here if we received something big. So let us reduce a little bit. And yeah, we are still receiving more stablecoins to centralized exchanges than outflows. You also can see that the supply on centralized exchanges, the stablecoin supply is lifting up once again since April 18th, since a week. It's lifting up while it was declining a lot. Also a nice indicator that they are buying here, accumulating, it seems, at the moment. Also here, once again, we received 450 millions. Wow. In 2 hours in a row. So almost 1 billion here. That was 2 days ago from Tether. And USDC just had here a little move of 88 millions to centralized exchanges. BUSD, once again, everything was really blue. You can see that the supply is declining on centralized exchanges, but we received here almost 50 millions BUSD. So someone is still trading big. Well, big. It's not, but you know what I mean. I mean, it seems that someone big is still using BUSD. However, we can see here that retail is still pushing up, maintaining. These guys here also maintaining. Market maker declining. Wow. Okay. Yeah, of course. As mentioned, we received one more big wallet with more than 100k bitcoins in it. And of course, it shifted from here to here. So it declined here, the balance, and it lifted up here. So it makes sense. We can see that here as well. That's just the count of wallets in one entity. So we can see, for example, sorry, that was my mistake. Retail is still pushing up, indicating that retail with less than 1 Bitcoin are generating more wallets. Also here, 1 to 10 Bitcoins, those wallets are getting more wallet owners. 10 to 100 Bitcoins also pushing up. 100 to 1000 Bitcoins also pushing up. This guy's here declining, this guy's here declining, and this guy's here receive one more wallet. The difference is this guy loves to buy the dip and to sell higher, and these guys here are, as you can see, since January 2022, just receiving more wallets over and over again. Yeah, that's mainly it. Of course, we can check here, refresh the site if we can see here something, but nothing big, to be honest. Also, market maker stopped to send big amounts, so also nothing happening here. Funds reducing their balances. Now you can see that future volume increasing or spot volume declining, and yeah, that's almost it. Also, market activity is still declining more and more and more. That's it, mainly. So if we take a look, we still have here between 25 and 26.6, for example, a lot of liquidity waiting. At the same time, we see that they are right now trying to push up the price while very controlled. Using algos, you can see it's extremely controlled here, so it it looks like a game a little bit. However, so we need to see if that's it, and we go up from here. As mentioned in the beginning, 30k first, 25k next, or 25k first, 30k next. We will see. That's on Coinbase. They reinforced here 33 and 35. So we need to see our next POC would be at 30k. They started also to introduce some liquidity at 15k, for example, but nothing big. Bitstamp, on Bitstamp, almost the same thing. On 30k, sell orders waiting, everything between 25 and 26.2 are well covered with liquidity waiting. Binance BTC USDT reinforced here 25.5. So and they shifted those liquidities from 26.6 to 25.5. I can imagine that they are expecting something like 28.5, and then we need to see, because they removed a lot of sell orders. Instead, they are waiting now also here at 30k almost. Now BTC BUSD doing exactly the same. And 25.5 and 26.3, that's what we see here. So Bitfinex BTC USD also doing the same, right? Between 32 and 31, waiting also here, for example, at 29.2. Yeah, otherwise here 26 a little bit, 24.5, but nothing big. OKEX usually nothing. Yeah. Kraken doing exactly the same, just reinforce a little bit at 26.2, for example, remove this wall here, and it seems they shifted now to 30k. And yeah, BitMEX usually nothing. Oh no, nothing. Algo trading, I don't like. Then Bitget derivatives, BTC USD, nothing to see here. Now with Tether, also nothing to see here. Now Binance BTC USDT, yeah, it looks like they want their placing here big short orders between 27.8 and 28, but here also a lot now until let us say 29k. At the same time, also here bringing more liquidity between 25.6. So nothing have changed since yesterday. Absolutely nothing. Everything looks very similar. Only options, but everything else looks very similar. Bitfinex also here 27k, indicating 27 is at least our protection level. We can go up a little bit more, and they are here indicating a short trigger level between 28.4 and 28.7. So also could be possible to be a little bit a bull trap to push up and then go down to 25k. Would be careful. Kraken futures, nothing. OKEX futures, absolutely nothing. And last but not least, Deribit, that is exactly doing the same like the others, between 29 and 29 for a lot of algo stuff happening here. And also here you can see between 25.26, almost 25.7, a lot of liquidity at the same time here between 26.5 and 27 as well. That's it.